Welcome back, friends. In this video, we're going to learn how to do the inner join using the query editor. And this is helpful because then you can build the join pretty quickly. Take a look at what I mean here. So right click and then from the menu here, select Design Query and Editor. And then from here, choose your tables. So we'll go with the customers, add that, and then the orders one, add it. And as soon as you do that, take a look. You can close this panel now. And it starts setting up the basic query for you right there, you see? So select from and then customers cross join orders. We'll talk about that eventually. Now let's take a look. We can select the fields that we want to show. So as an example, I'm going to select the customer name. And notice that as you do that here, it automatically modifies that. It says customers $symbol and then customer name. And if you want, you can alias here so that everything looks better. So for example, I can just rewrite it as customer name that way, and it will alias it for you. If you look at the query, you've got customers, so name of table, name of field, and because it's got a gap, you put it in square brackets, and then it's all your aliased, like that. All right, so that's the first stage. Now, from the orders table, let's select over here, as an example, the quantity and the total. So when you look down below, you can place your cursor there and then hit enter. Space it out a little better like that. It looks as shown here. So you've got the name of table, the quantity field, comma, name of table, period, and again, name of field. So it looks the same as before. The only difference is that it says cross join, so let's fix that. Go by the order ID here, so select the order ID in this one, and also selected in the orders table, like that. And then, to get the right kind of join, the inner join that is, left press on order ID in the customers table, and then while pressing, drag and just drop over the order ID there. And now modifies it. Take a look. Down below it says order on customers.orderID equals orders.orderID. So you've connected the two tables that way. See? Order ID. It even gives you this little symbol here. When you hover your mouse over the diamond, it tells you what's happening. You see inner join customers.orderID equals orders.orderID. Okay, so it gives you a nice symbol there to do that. All right. So the next stage, I'm going to expand everything a little bit more so you can see it better. So you have the tables joined. We have some aliases. Take a look. The order ID field, if you look down below, it's coming from both the customers table and is getting drawn also from the orders table. You can remove one of them. So for example, if you left press and highlight, you can just remove it from one like that. So it's coming from only one like that, you see? So if you look at what we've constructed, it looks very similar to the one we did by hand earlier. And as before, you can apply sorts and so on. Take a look. So over here, I'm going to say this. Imagine we want to sort by the total. If you get something like this, just hit ignore and then right click and just delete it. So you can right click right here and just delete it. It goes away. See? So you can delete multiple fields. Imagine you have a column and then you've got the same column appearing multiple times. You can just right click right there and then just delete it. That's all. That's what I've done. Nothing else. All right. Let's take the total and sort by it. So imagine we'll do it in descending order. And again, besides that, take a look. This adds the order by on the bottom, you see? And again, if you want to, you can also apply a where as an example. So where you click filter, imagine we choose the one where the quantity is more than 2. So up here, type greater than or equal to 2. And then adds the order by and the where. I'm going to leave this here for a second. I'm going to expand all of these Make sure you can see everything clearly and make sure yours looks the same. All right, I hope you've got that. Then hit OK, and it builds up the query and sticks it into the editor window. The only thing is that it always puts the names of the fields in a single line, and it's difficult to read them all, so I'm going to just break that over multiple horizontal lines so it's clearer. All right, like that. There we are, nice. So remember, we've got the customer name coming from the customer's table. We've got the quantity coming from the orders table. We've got the total coming from the orders table. We've got the ID coming from the customer's table. And then over here inside the from, we have the join. So remember, customers, inner join orders. And then the field that joins them is the order ID, which is expressed right there. You see that? All right, and one thing that you should know, remember this basically means the from runs first, and then this bit where the join runs second. So the from will go first, then you're going to join the tables. Once you have them joined, of course, that essentially becomes another table. So after that, you can hit it with the where, then you can hit it with the select, and at the end of that, you hit it with the order by. Okay, obviously those are steps that just have to be memorized, that's all. That's a theoretical order of execution. So let's run this, hit execute. And has it worked? Let's take a look. You've got the customer name of Mary Smith. Her quantity is 4. Well, that is more than 2, isn't it? Right here. This is the logical condition, the where. So the quantity is 2 or more. That is satisfied. The total is 200. And the order ID is 2. Now remember, we had very small tables. But you can imagine doing this with big tables, and the logic will still apply. Alright friends, I'm going to leave it at this, so keep in mind basically that you can design a nice join pretty rapidly using the editor window. And let me just write this down as a step, essentially. And the step is this one. This is what I mean. Remember, we want to kind of understand the order of execution when we have so much code, when you look at it. In our minds, we have to organize it in a reliable way. That's an important aspect of it, or it will just seem like some, random stuff thrown together. So here I'm going to say the following here. First of all, from runs first. And now you see this on, see how it's blue? That runs next. But after that, as before, this essentially means now you have a new table. You're going to type where, then the select will run next, and then lastly, order by runs last. So from, you hit it with the on, that takes care of the joining of the tables, but after that you have essentially a new table. Then you can select the records with the where. Then you can select your columns, so to speak, with the select. And lastly, just order the records, that's all. So that's the theoretical execution order. Okay, thank you friends, and I'll see you in the next one.